It's rare to see a season where you have a team that went 9-7, and the next year there's experts who are literally predicting that that team is going to be one of the worst teams in the NFL. But it's happening. You're seeing it now with the Buffalo Bills. I think in some ways that's actually understandable. Any given off season in the NFL, there's always going to be a lot more teams that seem to have done enough on paper to improve than the number of teams that mathematically is actually going to improve. The Bears, the Browns, the Niners, the Giants, all these teams presumably, there's a case to be made that they'll take a big step in the right direction this year. So, and there's a lot of really good teams last year that there's good reason to believe they're going to get even better, like with the Vikings. Now they've got Kirk Cousins in it, QB. So, I think if you're like, an expert, you're a sports writer, you are, desperate to find teams that, you can justify. They're going to be a lot worse. And I think Buffalo, it's easy to look at their roster and say this team isn't going to win a lot of games, but most of the things that could be said against the Bills could have been said last offseason and they got 9 wins. So certainly do it again. So yeah, I will take the Bills in a big upset over the Ravens in week 1. Now on to the other games. Okay, we got Texans at Patriots. This game really came down to the wire last season, and it's tempting to take the Texans in an upset, not only because of that, but because, the Patriots, they actually do get a lot of their losses in those first 4 weeks of the season. So, it's a tempting game to take the Texans, but I don't quite see it. Houston's pass rush should be pretty good with Merciless and TJ Watt coming back. JJ Watt, sorry. Yeah, Texans pass rush should be a lot better, but, at the same time, Philadelphia's front seven last season was great, and yet when they played the Patriots in the Super Bowl, hell, they didn't touch Tom Brady until the fourth quarter, so it wouldn't surprise me again if he does what he does and gets rid of the ball quickly and doesn't let their pass rush become too much of a factor. And I don't know, something tells me Bill Belichick will find a way to take advantage of Houston's lack of offensive line talent. So, yeah, tempting to take the Texans in an upset there, but I think I got to go with New England in that game. Okay. I'll take the Broncos at home over the Sea Guys. I'll take the Chargers at home over the Chiefs. I'll take Cam Newton's Panthers at home over the Boys. Although if Greg Olsen ends up missing that game, because he's listed as questionable, if Olsen ends up missing, I'm a little less confident in that one. But either way, I'm going with the Panthers. I'll take the Bears in a Sunday night upset over the Packers in Matt Nagy's coaching debut. I think Alex Smith will win his first game as a Skin. I think the Skins will go into Arizona and roll over the Cards. Tennessee-Miami is a tough one. It's a tough one because I am a big believer in Tannehill. I do see it working for him in that offense again with Adam Gase there, but I'm an even bigger believer in the Titans this season. After watching Brett Kollmann's video on that, he converted me. I'm expecting big things of the Titans with Matt LaFleur this year with his offense. Take Bengals over the Colts. I don't like to put too much on preseason, but I think that defense, they're ready. I think they're clicking. And as much as I like Frank Reich as head coach of the Colts, it seems likely to me it's going to be kind of slow out of the gate for them. So not expecting too much of them in the first half of this season. In another big upset, I'm going to take Ryan Fitzpatrick's Buccaneers over the Saints. Yeah, that Bucks team last year, a lot of tough breaks for them. A lot of things went wrong, but I don't necessarily see any reason they can't get back into the mix or at least come out and beat the Saints, because these AFC South matchups are usually pretty close. These teams, they clobber each other pretty good, and upset here feels pretty likely, actually, I think so. So I'm calling that one. Vikings over the Niners is another tough one, but I think I got to take the Vikings at home with the Vikings defense giving Jimmy G his first loss as a 49ers starter. I think the Jags will continue where they left off last year. I think they'll go into New York and smack up Eli Manning pretty good. I think the Lions will eke out a home win against Sam Darnold's Jets. And I think the Rams will win a likely shootout at least, against John Gruden's Raiders to cap off the week. So, all right, looking forward to these games tomorrow, and you'll let me know how I did.